This hat right here. This hat right here you see me wear in tons of videos, and I always wore it because I like the hat. Now this actually means something different to me. As seen by the title of this video, you can already tell what this video is going to be about. And before I even get into it, I want to make this as clear as I can. I am not gloating. I am not trying to make this video seem like, I don't know, I guess just gloating or bragging or anything like that. I'm just here to share my journey with you guys. And part of my journey is what is happening right now. Pretty much, I got picked up by KTune. KTune is my 2020 sponsor. I don't know. I've always wanted a sponsor. Everybody wants sponsors. You know, when you're into cars, you always want sponsors. But sponsorship, it goes both ways. You know what I mean? I reached out to them. I told them what I can offer them. And they were willing to give me a shot. And I still can't believe it, because KTune is like one of the leading industries or one of the leading companies for Honda parts. Obviously, KTune, they make everything for single cams, B-Series, K-Series parts. I mean, you know, when you think of Honda parts, aftermarket Honda parts, probably the first company you think of is KTune. And I've been running KTune parts for so many years now that I never would have thought that was my first sponsorship. This is my first sponsorship on it, my first parts sponsorship. Actually, my first sponsorship in general. And really working with a company that is so known and has so much R&D in their parts. And I mean, I run, like I said, their parts without the sponsorship before this, and I've never really had an issue with their parts. And it just, I don't know, it's really crazy to have KTune on board with me for 2020. And as you guys can see, besides the shifter, everybody knows the shifter was a gift from Carter. But KTune's got my drivetrain down on lock right now. I mean, we got shifter cables from them. We got a new shift knob from them. We got a 5th gear lockout from them. They threw in a fuel rail for me with all the fittings. So, I mean, KTune took care of us on the drivetrain side of this, and I can't wait to pair the race spec shifter with the box and really see the difference at the track. And that's one of the big things, guys. Now with having KTune as a sponsor on this channel and for this build, I'm going to show you guys what some of these parts can do. Like, you've seen some of their parts on my car, but now we're going to put these parts to the test. You guys know we raced this car, and you're going to see how these parts hold up. I'll give you guys a little more in-depth view on some of the stuff that KTune threw at me, but it's crazy, and I'm going to briefly touch about how this is going to work for everybody. So here's a better look, a brief overview of what we got. So we have the street version of the shifter box. Again, this was a gift from Carter. So this box came from Carter, but this is the street version. And for what this car is, this is a street car. All right, let's not get this twisted. This is just a street car. This is all you need. You don't need the race spec shifter, let me tell you. We have the race spec cables. Now the race spec cables, we're going to be banging gears in this. So with the race spec cables, you want to get that because they're not going to stretch. They're going to hold the abuse. They're going to be able to take the abuse. It's all stainless steel internals, and they give you the nice billet bracket or the aluminum bracket. And these can absorb the heat. They're not going to like melt or anything next to some big race headers. You're going to want some race cables. So this is why they sent me the race cables. We got a new shift knob because I've always wanted to try this gripped shift knob. As you can see, I know when I was racing, I have the Type R shift knob, and I'd get sweaty, and I feel my hands slipping on it. We got a nice KTune shift knob. 5th gear lockout. 5th gear lockout is pretty much, again, we're going to be banging gears with this new box, with these new cables, and I want to be able to bang 3rd gear as hard as I can and not worry about it going to 5th. So that's a big must. And I should mention, all of this is going to be in an upcoming video. I'm going to show you guys how to install this entire unit, from the lockout, the box, the cables, and you know, the knob. The knob is pretty much self-explanatory, but we're going to have a whole walkthrough on how to install this. And then the rail. You got to have the rail representing my new sponsor, KTune, with their gauge. the thing I didn't know they were going to do, they pretty much send me every adapter to fit this gauge on here. So you have just the fuel gauge one. So basically this is just a 6AN to where you can, or no, this is just the fuel gauge, or the fuel rail. Not the fuel rail, the fuel hose. So all you would do is just center mount, basically in the center like that, and you would have a center mount or a center fed fuel line. This one is just for the gauge. So you would, again, center mount fuel gauge, kind of like the way it is right here. My favorite is to have both. You can have a center fed fuel line with the gauge. So this is pretty much how it would look. So you would have your gauge and line running in the center, cap both ends, cleanest look you can have. And then of course you have your little locking tabs right here, so whatever you decide to do, you can lock this behind the gauge. And another thing, this is going to be another video. Pretty much we're going to go through each one of these, and we'll show you guys the different options you can have with having such a clean rail like this. So this is what we got. And of course for 2020 I got the two biggest companies, not supporters, the companies that are supporting me for this year. Obviously KTune and my boy Yo Solo, who tuned the car recently. I am proud to represent you guys on this car. How did this happen? Well, pretty much KTune every year, they have openings for sponsorships. Every year you fill out a form. Again, you tell them what you can do, why you want a sponsorship, how this partnership can work together. And where I'm getting at with this is I am by no means a big YouTuber at all. I'm very small compared to some automotive YouTubers. But I do YouTube because I like to share with you guys. I like to show what I'm doing. I like to teach. I really like to share knowledge and spread knowledge. And I love racing. I'm only a bracket racer. So this is what I want you guys to take from this video. If you're going to take anything, if you guys are into racing, just race your car. Don't worry about trying to be the fastest or whatever you're doing. Just go out, enjoy your car, and be consistent. Because that's what companies are looking for. They're looking for people that are consistent, that are always at the track, always making adjustments, always learning, always getting better. You don't have to be the fastest out there to pick up a sponsorship. All you need, pretty much, they're sponsoring the person. They're not sponsoring the car. They're sponsoring the person. All right. They wanna back someone up that they know they can trust. Right. So what I want you guys to do out there is, if you're racing or if you're thinking about racing, just go do it. All right. Get out there, go racing. And really just have fun, all right? Because that's all it took, was for me just to pretty much just be dedicated to this and to pick up sponsors. That's what they want to see, guys. So bracket racers, like we are all the slow. Let's be straight up. We are the slowest out of all the events, the bracket racers. But you have companies like KTune that are watching. You never know what can happen, guys. You never know. I didn't think I'd get picked up. I just did it. Just, you know what? I'm trying. I've tried a couple times, and I finally got it. Just staying consistent. That's the best thing. That's the biggest advice I can give you. Just stay consistent. Go out there, race. If you're doing 11s, you're doing 10s or 14s or 13s, whatever you're doing, as long as you're out there all the time, you got a shot. So that's all I wanted to share with you guys. This part of the journey, 2020. We got KTune as a sponsorship. Sean, thank you. Really, thank you for this opportunity. I'm excited to work with you guys this year, and we're really going to see what we can do with this RSX, working together. And I can't wait to bring everybody else along on this journey on really seeing what we can do with these parts. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. This is crazy for me, and I was really excited to make this video for you guys, and I'm excited to make more videos on these parts. You guys already seen I put the KTune throttle body and everything on the car, so now we're going to start focusing on the drivetrain on this. I don't know, it's probably a short video, but I really wanted to get that out there and show my appreciation to KTune, Sean at KTune, and show you guys that you don't have to be the fastest to get companies watching you. All right, just get out there, go race, be part of the car shows, just be consistent with something, and you can have a company watching you and you don't even realize it. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Stay motivated and keep making those streets louder.